to show you a structure that is built with low levels. So their bodies are going to show you low levels. When they hear the second sound, they're going to create their bodies into a medium level. The third sound, you'll see the high level, and then they'll go back down, and then they'll end in rest position again. So you can see the entire sequence of it. So. So you can see in all those. What's really interesting.
This is very abstract.
It is very abstract. So the other thing that we looked at, and they
Going to La Mama.
from their architecture studies, is if you notice, Jeffrey, would you show us from the medium? Or actually, would you guys show us your medium one more time so we can point this out? After each group was able to watch their fellow classmates, we looked at where can you find, we talked about types of lines. So we talked about here are angles, here are straight lines, we have jagged lines, we have curvy lines, and we went around and the kids tried to look around and look at them as a 3D object and try to see what parts of architecture we could compare that to on a building. So that was the next step as well. So that was very lovely. Can you do your high one more time? Here, we noticed that we had a central structure in the middle because we talked about how important it is to have that column in the middle to hold it up, and then they have their steeple at the top. So each different part, they had to think about that, come together as a group and figure that out, and then practice going from low, medium to high without talking, which was the most difficult part. That was the most difficult part. Very good. Thank you, guys. Can you see that? It's supposed to be reenacting a snake slithering on the ground. Then they have their moving, and we are missing one person who is the opposite of, I would be Gabriel. So that was their moving creation. They had built a fountain. They're missing two people from their group. And when Quincy was in the middle, he was the water from the fountain, swirling up like that. And then they were showing the different angles and the different, like the different ornaments and decorations on the edges of the fountain. So that was one of theirs. Very nice, guys. Thank you. So this was one of their. Good. So that was one of the other ones. They had different pathways, and Psyche was in your group as well, wasn't she? And so what Psyche and Quincy were doing was they were showing different curvy pathways and kind of almost like trains that are going in and out of a big, larger structure, train structure. So that was it.
Gargoyle is a monster that has a job to help buildings and not let the water get on it. And
are they beautiful creatures?
No, they're hideous.
So,
And what are they made of?
They're made of stone.
And where are they in the building? Where are they located?
On the top.
On the top.
So what they did in art, I'm sure Ms. Perez will come later and let you know, is they took clay and they made gargoyles out of clay. So then what we did after they did that in art, we took that idea and we used it with our bodies. So what you'll see is the children practice becoming different gargoyles. So we also talked about how you have to start from nothing because the sculptor just gets a block. And then from that block or from that clay, they carve it out of there. All right, good. Thank you. All right, so what we're going to do is one last shake and hold it. And rest position. So what we also did yesterday, what you'll see now, and then our gargoyles started to come to life.